everybody, it's Emily from ARG Schooling, and today I'm doing a bit of an interesting video. I'm doing a book haul. It isn't just a book haul. I've been working on my plans for 9th grade, which is what I'll be doing with my twins next year, which, well, we're doing high school. I don't know what to do here, which is ridiculous because I'm like 3/4 of the way through high school with my oldest daughter, so it's not like this is new territory. But anyway, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, but I had to make a plan for them anyway, and I thought, you know what? Build Your Library might be able to have a 9th grade year. So this is sort of my tentative pile, if you will. Usually I just snap a picture of it and share it on social media and let people see what I'm working on. And I thought, you know what, this time I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to do a little more in depth. So this might get long because I have a lot of books here, like a lot. I'm just going to kind of go through all the books I have and show you what I'm working with. And this is not even all of it. I'm probably going to add, and some of these may not make the cut. I don't know yet. I haven't read all of them. I've just been in the researching and collecting book stage right now. So this is what I got. So let's get started. The first two books I bought are kind of like the spine books that would be used overall, and I've got quite a few of them actually, but these are the first two. And I bought DK's Prehistoric Life. I really like their encyclopedias. I've got their World War II encyclopedia. I've got their history one that I used in the 8th grade year. But I love these. They have great, amazingly detailed pictures, and there's a lot of information. So I mean, these are gorgeous. So this is a really nice book. That's going to be our spine. And I also bought Evolution, the Human Story, another DK book. And again, same idea. I mean, just very detailed, beautiful pictures, lots of great information. So that was kind of my basis. So as you can see, 9th grade will be a prehistory evolution year, but I also wanted to include some kind of like real formal science. And you know, it can be really hard to find what I'm looking for when I start going on these little research journeys. But I have this book. This book I already owned, which is called The Practical Geologist by Dougal Dixon and Raymond L. Berner, I think. And this is just a really, really nice book. I used it with my daughter when she was in 9th grade, and we got a lot out of it. It's a really nice book. So I'm like, what goes with prehistory and evolution? Geology. So I started playing around with what I could find. So I already owned that. So then I went and bought the Geology, a self-teaching guide. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. This is the first one I've ever bought. I've heard people talk quite a bit about how nice these are. I don't know. I'm going to look through it and see what I decide. But that is a tentative addition to this. I also, because if you're going to study geology, you need a really good field guide. So I bought the DK Rocks and Minerals field guide, and this is just a really nice, beautiful pictures. So it's a field guide. It's pretty typical. And then I bought this book, which is called The Story of Life in 25 Fossils, Tales of Intrepid Fossil Hunters and Their Wonders of Evolution by Donald R. Prothero. This book sounded so cool. I just was really excited about it. It goes in order of like the oldest fossil to the newest fossil. I had not read it yet, but it just came today. But it looks awesome, and I'm really excited about that book. That'll be a really nice addition to geology. Okay, so also in the science category, I bought Bill Bryson's A Short History of Nearly Everything because I love Bill Bryson. I love his writing. He's really funny and witty and really smart, and I think this will make a nice addition to our studies. I don't know how it'll all fit together yet, but that's the plan. And I also bought two of Richard Dawkins' books on evolution. I've got The Greatest Show on Earth and The Ancestor's Tale. I don't know if we'll use both, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I definitely want to include one of those because we've been reading The Magic of Reality this year, and I love his writing. And so I figured we needed to include something on evolution from him. And I also bought this. Actually, this I bought like months ago, but we just haven't used it yet. So this is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. And I don't know how this is going to tie in just yet because it's not specifically prehistory. It's more of a brief study of man over like the entire course of history. So I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. I want to because I've heard so many good things about it. I'm just not sure it's going to fit. So I'm going to play around with it and see what I can do. And then I had 2 more nonfiction books that I have, that I just own, that I just thought would tie in with this. I've got Journey of Man by Spencer Wells. Yeah, we watched his documentary a couple of years ago, I think, and it was just fascinating how he traces all of humans to Africa from our Adam and Eve, if you will, and it was just really fascinating to watch that and how we all genetically come back to those 2 people in Africa. And so I just thought that was really neat. I bought the book. I have not read it. I bought this years ago and I haven't read it, so that is definitely going to happen. I'll see if it fits with this or not. And then I also have this book, Every Bone Tells a Story by Jill Rubalcaba, and it's just a really neat book all about the discovery of early humans, or human-like species, homonym discoveries, deductions, and debates. So I thought this sounded like a neat book. Again, I've had this for a while, and we just haven't really done much with it, so I thought that definitely ties in with this study, so we'll see how it fits. Okay, and then of course, I do living books. This is a living books program that I write, so I bought some books. And then I went and pulled stuff from my shelves that would fit with this, but also literature that I just wanted to cover. And again, this will change and grow, but this is what I have right now. So I'm going to start with the book I've already owned, and that is Jurassic Park, because, you know, if you're going to study prehistory, Jurassic Park. I haven't read this, but I've seen the movies, so, and I've always meant to read it, so there it is. We're going to see how that fits. Okay, and then I've bought this because I've heard people talk about how amazing Clan of the Cave Bear is. I don't know if this is going to work for 9th grade, because I've heard there could be some graphic stuff going on, and I don't know. I haven't read it. I'm going to read that and we'll decide, but I figured if it's going to fit somewhere, it would fit in a prehistory study. And then I bought William Golding's The Inheritors, because William Golding, I didn't know he wrote a book about prehistory, so I figured that's a nice literary element to add in. I also bought Jack London's Before Adam for the same reason. I have no idea if this is any good or not, but it's Jack London, so I figured it's worth adding. And then I also bought A Bone from a Dry Sea by Peter Dickinson. This is a young adult historical fiction that takes place, I think it goes back and forth between present day and millions of years ago with the first humans. I thought it sounded intriguing. And then I bought, this is a graphic novel called The Last of the Sandwalkers by J. Hostler, as I wanted to have some kind of graphic novel element, and it's just black and white. It's kind of simple. But I've heard good things about this. I don't know, it might be too young for 9th grade, but I felt like it would fit. This is sort of like, I don't know if this is more evolution-ish than prehistory. It's about a civilization that has discovered that they are not the only beings in their world. There's a whole world outside of them, and it's they're discovering that. So I thought it sounded intriguing. And then I have some books here. I've got How to Read Literature Like a Professor, a lively, entertaining guide to reading between the lines by Thomas C. Foster. That I bought this for my daughter last year, and you can see she's read some of it. There's a bookmark. But I just thought if you're going to study high school level literature, you should have some sort of teaching guide to get you through it, and I thought this might work. And then for literary type books, I grabbed, because I want to cover Shakespeare, at least one play a year. So I grabbed The Taming of the Shrew, because we haven't covered this play yet, and I thought, why not now? And it's a comedy, something kind of fun. I grabbed The Fellowship of the Ring because I just love the series, and I wanted to introduce it to my boys. They know the movies, and they've read The Hobbit, and we just haven't tackled Lord of the Rings yet, and I don't know why. So we're going to try to do that this coming year. And then I have Great Expectations by Charles Dickens because I want to include at least one of his books this year, and maybe another one later on down the road when we get to that part in history. But for now, I think that my boys would actually like this book because I just think it might appeal to them. I don't know. I could be completely off on that, but I own it, and I thought we would try to add that in. And then finally, the last book in my pile is Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes, which I have just heard so many good things about this book. I've been wanting to read it for years, and then I thought, you know what, it kind of ties in, sort of, maybe not, but in my brain anyway, I'm like, it connects. I'm going to make it connect. I'm going to find a connection, because I just think this is a book that I would want to include here, and I really want to read it, so I'm using my excuse. So that is my stash as of now. Obviously I have no poetry yet. I need to find a book of poetry, and I want to figure out some kind of art, or some sort of how-to art. I don't know. I do own this, which is You Can Draw in 30 Days by Mark Kistler. I don't know if I want to use this book or not. I've kind of flipped through it. I've attempted it twice, and I never finish it. I'm not an artist, but I always want to improve my art. So I don't know. This is a possibility, but I haven't decided yet. And, I mean, I'm probably going to switch out some of these books and add in other ones. I have 2 books that I haven't come yet that I'm waiting for. I forget their titles right now. One, I think, is like the life of Neanderthals or something like that. And the other one is, I got nothing. I can't think of the name of it. But it takes place in Africa. So it's an African prehistory, which I thought was cool because, hello, all the prehistory books I've been looking at take place in either Europe or America. And I'm like, why is there none in Africa? That's ridiculous. So I did find one, so I bought that, and that's coming, and I cannot think of the name of it. Something about an earth woman, sky woman, something woman. I don't know. But those are what I have so far. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a really long, I'm sorry, and I got a little bit rambly, but those are my books for my 9th graders next year. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Happy reading.